Mic check 1 2. It's the Y2K Collector, and I am emptying the shelves in preparation for another really great trade that I'm going to be able to share with you guys. If not today, then perhaps on the 26th. I'm going to be taking a break from YouTube on Christmas Day. I'm just going to be spending that entire day just hanging with the family and just kicking it. I won't do any of these like vlog type deals. It'll just be a family day. But I do have a major trade happening with someone that many of you might know. It's a local trade that's going to be going down, and I'm not going to be capturing it on video just because it's going to be the transaction is going to be really quick. But I will share with you what I pick up once I get it. This is all a part of the end of year purge. I do this almost every year. At the end of the year, I go through and remove stuff and see, okay, what can I give to someone else that someone else can either enjoy or flip or use or whatever, to add in games or a game that I really want to add in my collection. I recently did a huge trade to pick up a Sega CD, actually a Sega CDX rather. So that was pretty cool. And now I've got another one on the way. But what I want to talk about is something that I've kind of waited to the end of the year to talk about this. Just because, I don't typically give a lot of topics like this attention on my channel because we're not an emotional channel over here. We don't get in our feelings. This is all for fun. But I did just want to take a quick moment and talk about the toxic section of the retro gaming and video gaming community, because there is a section of that, right? And I've seen multiple YouTubers, usually the smaller channels, because I think if you're a larger YouTube channel, you get so much positive feedback that even if you do get negative feedback, it kind of just drowns out a lot of the negativity. But if you're a smaller YouTube channel and a few people leave you negative comments, it tends to scream out at you, especially if you take the time to kind of go through each and every comment and things like that. It could definitely impact your ability to stay motivated and to want to continue to make videos. And I'm going to say this, 95% of the retro gaming community that shows up here on YouTube, right? Because you got to keep in mind, YouTube is only a small fraction of the worldwide gamers, right? Like, I know sometimes because we're on YouTube and we're on here a lot, it can feel like all gamers are on YouTube. No, I would say even if it was 50% of folks who play and collect video games probably never get on YouTube, right? But for the percentage that does get on YouTube, there's always that small fraction of people who just come with toxic energy to a channel. They bring toxic negativity. They bring comments that a lot of times just aren't even related to the video. I've had people even come on my channel and make, comments that are rude, offensive, that just, demonstrate a level of bigotry and, just, I'm not even going to get into it, right? You can imagine any kind of hateful, resentful, negative comment that you could think of. I've gotten it at least once on my channel. And usually comments like that earn you an instant block. And I'm not ashamed to say that. If you want to come on my channel and, for the lack of a better terms, be an asshole, then I'm going to say goodbye. Like, goodbye. Like, you're no longer going to have the opportunity to comment or interact with my community, because it's all about positivity over here. And the funniest part about people who leave those comments, 9 times out of 10, they are people who have never taken the opportunity to build their own platform to voice their opinion. A lot of times people who come with negativity, they look to utilize other people's platforms to spread their negative comments, their negative views, their negative thoughts. And they choose those platforms because no one else will listen to them. Like, they don't have the ability to build an audience of their own. So they come on other people's channels and they spew pure negativity. Now, I'm not talking about a critique, right? People critique me all the time. People disagree with my comments all the time. People will, I posted a video the other day, and I'll get all types of comments like, dude, stick to gaming. You're not a life coach. Or dude, stick to gaming. You're not a financial advisor. Like people come on my channel and they'll make comments as though like I'm actually going to listen to them, right? I do what I want on my channel. This is my channel, right? I've been here for 4 years building this channel, and I'm going to continue to do what I want to do on my channel. Um, I never, I don't want to say never, but I could count on one hand how many times I've asked people to subscribe to my channel. I typically don't. Like, I don't ask anyone who comes to the Y2K Collector channel, I don't ask you guys to subscribe, because I want people to subscribe that want to be here. So if you want to be here, if you come on my channel and you watch one of my videos and you hear what I have to say and you like it, you're going to just naturally subscribe. I don't have to ask you. It's not to say that I've never asked. I could probably count on one hand how many times I've asked people to subscribe to my channel, but I typically don't, because if you choose to subscribe to my channel and you hear something you don't like, you can only get mad at yourself, because no one asked you to do it. You chose to do that, right? So, but you're going to get that. You're going to get that. And guess what? People are not always going to make videos that you like. People are not always going to say the things that you agree with. People are not always going to confirm whatever, preconceived notions you have. I've learned being on YouTube that people love living in an echo chamber. People love going places that are going to feed back to them the things that they're already thinking. And when you give them an idea or you talk about a topic that goes against whatever their core belief system is, or or if it triggers an insecurity in them, they have a knee-jerk reaction, and the emotional immaturity bleeds out through their comments. And that's why typically whenever I see negative comments, I immediately block you, because you're not even worth the response. I don't typically respond to comments on my channel anyway, but that's another topic. I've made plenty of videos on that. But you're not even worth any type of response. You're not worth anything but a simple block. And if you, and this is what I would say, for anyone who wants to leave negative comments, for anyone who wants to leave sexist comments, racist comments, comments that, stress a certain political point of view or whatever the case may be. For those of you who want to really go in on that, here's my advice. Build your own audience. Start your own channel. Build your own audience, and then guess what? You can tell all of that stuff to your audience. But what I realize is that a lot of people who have those ideas won't do that, because secretly they're cowards, and they would rather throw stones and hide their hand than actually boldly step out and declare their stance and build a foundation on that. So, and this is the one and only time I've given this topic this much attention, because I know that there are a lot of creators on YouTube out there. There are a lot of people who want to start YouTube channels, and they see some of the backlash, and it makes them afraid to create a channel because they don't want to deal with that. But guess what? YouTube has done a great thing by easily allowing you to just block people. And the best part is that you blocking them doesn't stop them from seeing your videos. So they'll still be able to see your videos, but they can't comment. I love it. It's like putting them in a glass jar. It's amazing. I love it. And again, this is only for people who go, this message is strictly for and about people who go to channels and spew pure negativity. This message is not for people who come on channels and provide constructive criticism, who give respectful critiques on content. That's a completely different story. I get plenty of people that DM me. I got a DM the other day saying that I make too many videos. You know what? That's cool. If that's what you think, then that's fine. I'll take it into consideration. I'll think about it. But one comment, one DM, one suggestion is not going to make me change up my entire YouTube style or what I've done here. I've been doing it for 4 years. It's done in a manner that I like to do it, and I'm going to continue to do it. For the longest time, people would tell me, dude, stop pointing your camera at the floor, and stop making videos like that. Add some footage, add some B-roll, add some music, do some this. I have all these backseat editors who tell me to do stuff, And surprisingly enough, some of my most viewed videos have zero editing, like no editing at all. Everybody's different. Every channel is different. And I'm not trying to be like any other channel. And if you go to a YouTuber's channel, appreciate them for them. I appreciate Iowa Retro Gamer Dad for who he is and the content that he puts out. The same way I appreciate Radical Reggie. The same way I appreciate Heckin' Steve. The same way I appreciate anyone else that I watch. You know, there's a lot of guys that I watch. But those are the three that come to the top of my mind just because they pop up in my feed all the time. But if you're someone that I watch, if you're someone that I comment on your stuff, I appreciate you for how you do things and how you deliver your message. And going into 2025, this is probably more so for the creators and even for those who support creators. You know, appreciate what's being put out, and if you know, leave constructive criticism, but leave all the negativity behind in 2024, because honestly, that stuff is just corny. It makes you look emotional for no reason. And it's not that serious. It's just video games, guys. It's just video games. I said it before, but it's just video games. So not sure who needed to hear that, but I figured I'd go ahead and give that just this 11 minutes here. The 110 minutes out of the 365 days in the year. This is the only time I'm going to give that group this much attention. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What do you think about this? Am I all the way off? Am I just on a soapbox here? Or do you think that there is a level of toxicity that should be addressed in this way? I'm interested to know your thoughts. I'll catch you in the next video. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.